Welcome to Modern Home Masterminds with Bespoke Brokers. I'm Shawna, Glazier, designated broker and owner.
And I'm Brittainy Williamson, associate broker. Shawna and I are Bespoke Real Estate, but we're also your guides to modern luxury across the entire state of Arizona.
Each week, we chat with masterminds shaping the modern spaces. Do you want to get a behind-the-scenes look at your design build team's processes? Well, open communication and teamwork will lead you to a successful project.
From architects to builders, designers, and more, let's explore the art of modern living together.
All right, well, today we're doing something a little different. Instead of having a guest, we decided to share some of our projects with you that we've had the opportunity to sell, and some of them even twice we've sold.
That's right. One of the main reasons we started this podcast was to share this incredible network around these homes. We do specialize in helping people buy and sell bespoke architect-designed homes. So today we thought we'd share some of the ones that have stood out to us.
All right, let's dive in.
Yeah. So this one is 4796 East Charles Drive in Paradise Valley. It's located right off Tatum, designed by Eddie Jones. Eddie was actually the guest on our third episode of our podcast. We're super lucky to have him, especially so early. And this home recently resold again.
Yeah. And this was a spec home that Eddie Jones had done. And side note, I think he's one of the most talked about on our podcast by other architects. So this is just a beautiful hillside property. It was a really unique site. These eyelashes that are off the top, so many people during construction and when we were selling this house were asking, like, what are those for? What are those for? And Eddie, he has a way of just explaining things in his design. And you can see the McDowell Mountains in the back of this photo. He said it's like the house has eyelashes. It's like you're looking past your eyelashes and then past the house's eyelashes at all the McDowell Mountains. And it was just a great story that he had. I loved showing this one.
Yeah, it's a cool feature. It's very Frank Lloyd Wright-esque to add something like that, I think. And yeah, we have found that almost every architect we've asked, who is your favorite architect, especially if we say locally, they all come back with Eddie.
Yeah. You know what? It just reminded me, this was also staged by Modern Manor, who was a guest. So we have a few of those. There he is. So what episode is this?
Third.
Our third episode?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was in the beginning. We should have him back now that we know what we're doing.
We should.
Okay.
Better studio, everything.
This is one of my favorite right here.
Yep. So this one is 5817 North 30th Street in Phoenix, 85016. It's located in Alta Vista Park. It's a crescent-shaped home designed by Will Bruder. And Will recently released a book and had a book signing, and we got to go visit that. But we'll talk a little bit more about that here in a minute. But let's talk about this house.
Yeah, so this was one of his crescent-shaped houses, like you said. I mean, first, it's in Alta Vista Park. So if our listeners that don't know where that is, it's right off 32nd between Lincoln and Stanford. This little community, it has Frank Lloyd Wright's in there. There's Eddie Jones homes in there. Scott Roeder, obviously Will Bruder. It's just great modern community. If you want modern, but you don't want to be in Paradise Valley or like North Scottsdale, it's a good spot to be. And fun fact, the front of that community, there's something called Shiprock, which is an old Frank Lloyd Wright house that had actually tragically burnt down, and they saved a chunk of it, and now that's kind of the front of the entrance. So if you ever go into that community, you can stop and look at that little piece of architecture that's there. So this is in Alta Vista Park, great little location. You can see the crescent-shaped walls here and the glass. It just is beautiful. The terrazzo. The client bought the Will Bruder house and hired 180 to do the remodel, and they did a fantastic job here.
Who we've also had on as a guest. I think we have them with one of our other projects.
Just absolutely stunning property. And there is another crescent-shaped home like this on the top of Hummingbird that we've had the opportunity to represent and show. So here he is. This is Will.
So this is Will at his book signing recently. He did release a book that encapsulates so much of his work over the years. It's really neat. If you get a chance to see it, the first part of the book, before he goes to Rome, is basically what he said, is all in black and white, and then everything after that is in color. And if you get the chance to listen to him or see the book, you can see why. And he was very influenced by his travels, and it's just incredible. And my first sale in real estate was a Will Bruder. I was lucky enough for that to happen. And so I was able to tell him about it, and that home is actually in the book, which is very cool.
That's cool. Yeah. And it's so funny that your first house was a Will Bruder, like the odds of that.
And I'm pretty sure my second one was a Michael Munninger in Cherryland Historic District.
Yeah.
So I've been very
You were
lucky.
born for this.
Yeah, this has been my thing since the beginning. Well, I knew coming into real estate that I wanted to do something different. I didn't want to just kind of throw spaghetti at the wall. I really wanted to focus on architect designed homes. So yeah. So this next one, very cool property, 9825 North 35th Place in Phoenix, 85028, located in the famed Paradise Gardens, originally designed by Al Beadle. This home is actually currently listed again. We sold it twice now.
I sold it twice, yeah. Yep. We sold it and then.
Yep. And then our client remodeled it and did a fabulous job with the remodel. It has like green terrazzo floors.
These terrazzo floors were the highlight. Everybody absolutely loved these. And yeah, our client, we sold it to him. He purchased it, remodeled it, was going to live in it, and then got married and had a baby. And so he needed to upgrade to something bigger, and we sold this. But yeah, Paradise Gardens is a little community, a historic community, also in Phoenix, 85028, between Mountain View and Gold Dust, and roughly 36th and 32nd Street. Great all these little
funny story.
boxes.
I took my daughter with me she was going to help me put signs out for an open house, and she kind of helped me greet people during the open house. She's 17 and carries herself very well, and she talked to people and had a great time at the open house. And when we were leaving, she goes, Mom, who is Al Beadle? She's like, it's those people? We're obsessed.
Yeah.
And so people would come in and they would, it's an Al Beadle, and I live in an Al Beadle. And, it's a very... he definitely has a cult following.
He has a cult following. And that whole community, that Paradise Gardens, I mean, they do all these little events and tours and neighborhood networking. And yeah.
And this home was staged by Modern Manor. So Ryan Durkin, let's see, Ryan was on the 18th episode of our podcast.
Okay.
And this home, we also did a cool house feature with Celeste Rodriguez.
Yep, there she is.
Which was
that was fun.
It was fun.
She is so talented.
She is.
Talk about being good on camera, that girl.
We could take some lessons.
And Ryan, so he has Modern Manor, which is attached to Valentine, which is a restaurant that a lot of our listeners and guests go to. But he is fantastic to work with for staging and just Modern Manor in general. If you need any type of vintage furniture, it's a good place to go. Oh, this one's cool. This one's
special. 14245 South 14th Street in Phoenix. It's actually located in Ahwatukee and is a true modern design by Hayes McNeil. Hatchery Construction did the build. Second highest price per square foot in Ahwatukee.
Yeah, we have some claim to fame on this one.
Yeah.
It did take us a while to sell. Ahwatukee, it's really hard to find. Fun fact, Eddie Jones actually lives in Ahwatukee. There's a few hidden, really cool modern properties, but they're very rare and they don't resell. So for the most part, Ahwatukee is tile and stucco. You're not getting the glass, you're not getting the steel, you're not getting the boxes. So it did take us a while to find someone who appreciated the architecture of this property. But when we did close, we sold for the second highest price per foot that is ever sold in Ahwatukee. I think we still have that record, and that includes all 3 zip codes in Ahwatukee, because Ahwatukee is a pretty big suburb of Phoenix. But we just had Hype Studio, right? So they're doing a spec in Ahwatukee. I wonder if they'll probably use this as a comp for sure.
Oh, they would have to. It's a modern build. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So you'll have to look out for that episode with Mike.
Yeah. So now I think we have. Am I allowed to say they're all my favorite? But I
know.
absolutely love this one.
I do love this one,
And this one,
too.
I will say, we have more people want to buy this still. Like, I have people contacting me all the time from the website asking about this one. And I sold this one twice also. We sold this twice.
Yep. So this was Al Beadle protege. 9230 North 40th Street in Phoenix, 85028. It's located very near the Phoenix Mountain Preserve, designed by Ned Sawyer and renovated by 180 Degrees in 2010. So John Anderson and James Trahan from 180 were actually guests on the 27th episode of our podcast.
27th episode, right?
Yeah.
And they, I feel like we're talking about 180 Degrees on here a couple times just as remodels, but they are a design build firm. So there are products. We just haven't had the opportunity to sell one that they were the architect and the builder. But in this case, they came in and did this remodel.
Yeah, so if you have one that you want to sell, we would love to sell it for you.
This was great.
That's a beautiful property.
Just tucked back into the Phoenix Mountain Preserve. There they are. John and James. Oh, and then this is a photo of Ned Sawyer, who we have not had on the architect or on our podcast, but would love to get him on.
Yeah, this was at Caldwell Schiller's quinceanera. So another group that would be wonderful to get on, landscape architect.
We should talk to them.
So yeah.
And Ned, when we sold that property, he actually came to the property and sat down with our clients and walked the property. It was a really neat experience and talked about why things were done the way they were done. So it was really cool having him on the site there. San Miguel.
So San Miguel, 5339 East San Miguel Avenue. This one is in PV in Stone Canyon, designed and built by Andy Burns of the Construction Zone. Andy was a guest on the 33rd episode of our podcast, even though he was our guinea pig and he allowed us earlier to film him.
Yeah, we had him on twice.
Yeah, when we first started the show. So we appreciated that.
And that on that back wall is a Pete Dice.
Oh, yeah.
The sculpture back there, and Pete was on our podcast as well. So this one we sold, but back around COVID, it was right when COVID was happening, was not on the market and ended up getting buyers for it and sold it for the highest price per foot that had ever sold in all of Arizona. So it broke a big record. The record did not last very long because if you go back to COVID time, the market went bananas, but at some point this did hold the highest price per foot that had ever sold. And this home won multiple awards.
I can imagine if it resells, it will be for an insane amount.
Yep.
At that time too.
I don't think those sellers, the owners love it. They're not going to be selling it.
Of course they do.
There's Mr. Burns.
Yep. So this one is a little bit different architecture, but something that Mark Candelaria is really known for. 5029 East Desert Park Lane in PV. It's located near Paradise Valley Country Club, designed by Mark Candelaria, built by Arcadia Custom Builders, and the interiors were done by Katie Bowe, all of whom we have had on our podcast. So Katie was on our 4th episode, Ryan was on our 6th episode, and Mark was on our 37th episode.
Yeah, this one was a treat to represent just because we sold it for $11 million. Our buyer bought it for $11 million, and then we turned around and sold it for $12.3 million for him.
And it's actually pending right now. List price was $14.9, so we'll see what it sells for. Next.
Yeah. Market's only going up.
Yeah.
So this was that dining tower that everyone absolutely loved. It's lots of light, and amazing camelback views too. So that's Mark Candelaria there. There's Katie Bowe. She was the interior designer. We really enjoyed working with her. And the builder, Ryan Patton.
Steel construction on that project.
Yeah.
Which was amazing to see it in progress.
What was that, the Iconic
This
Awards?
is at the Iconic Awards, which we actually had Renee D on too.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Everybody's connected in this world.
They're all connected, and we had so many projects that we could choose from, but we wanted to kind of narrow it down just to a few, just because we're really excited about going over all that. I'm curious if our listeners enjoy some of that too, but it was fun to share.
Yeah, for sure. So to wrap things up, if you're thinking about buying or selling a unique home, please come to us. We obviously have this network. We're getting to know even more people through our podcast as architects and builders introduce us to other architects, builders, and designers. We have the capability to market and position your property in the correct manner. So often we see listings, we're like, this is a really cool property, because we always have people calling and asking us, do you have anything interesting? And we'll see that it's really cool and then realize that the agent didn't put the design team on there.
Or the architect on
or
there.
the architect on there. And so those are really important things. And to be able to bring out the architect, like you said, having Ned Sawyer come and walk around with people, that's really valuable when you are selling a unique home. If you position it and you market it correctly, you will get much, much more for your home.
Well said. And there's so much off market that we kind of have in our pocket. A lot of sellers that have these really unique properties that are never going to go on the MLS, and we know about them. And, if you're a buyer and the price is right, some of these owners turn into sellers. So if you want something that's off the market, or like she said, if you're considering selling, you have something unique, let us stop by and take a look at it. And we'd love to give you an opinion on what you have.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, do we have time for rapid fire? There are no rapid fire questions.
No, there's not.
Did you have some?
I don't. This was enough. It was too. I was turning into more pages.
All right.
Do you have any rapid fire that you can think of?
Okay, opening escrow or closing escrow?
Closing escrow.
Really?
Yes. Because opening escrow it's still a toss up. Are you going to get to the finish line?
Yeah.
Closing escrow is the finish line, and I love a finish line.
Yeah, I don't know. So mine, I'm going to give it to myself. It's opening escrow.
Yeah.
I love the meeting of the minds. Like the seller's super happy, the buyer's super happy. Everybody has met minds, right? And I know anything can happen between opening and closing, but maybe that's why we're a good team.
Buyers or sellers?
Okay. I feel like our firm represents sellers really well because we know the architecture, because we know the design build team, because we know all that. So that is fun. I feel like we really shine in listing and marketing architecturally significant properties. But it's so much fun working with buyers and finding what's off market. I feel like I specialize in finding like what's off market. And you always say I'm like the matchmaker.
Oh, connector, big time. She thinks of she puts things together that I'm like, that's perfect. I don't know why I wouldn't think of that, but it just comes to you naturally.
Yeah. What about you? Buyers or sellers?
Gosh, it's a hard one. I do like both because I do like representing the property because I do feel like we do a very good job with that. I enjoy working with buyers though because I get to see a lot of different properties. I mean, just yesterday I got to see a cool Beadle townhome. That I've been wanting to see. Another client had sent it to us and I couldn't get in at the time. The agent wouldn't let us in, and then we had another client that sent it, wanted to see it. So it's cool to get to see other things.
All right, negotiating a contract or a BINSR? Last one. BINSR for our audience is buyer inspection notice, seller response. So a contract would be obviously a purchase contract, negotiating that. The BINSR would be after you're through with inspections, the buyer has an opportunity to ask the seller to fix things. So we call it the BINSR.
I prefer the negotiation of the contract. What I tend to do in our relationship is the BINSR.
I hate the BINSR. I love the purchase contract. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for participating. That was fun. Yeah. I kind of winged that one. All right. That's it for today's episode of Modern Home Mastermind. If you've enjoyed the show, please like, rate, and subscribe.
All right. I usually thank our guests for sharing their insights, but that's us today. So thank you for learning about everything modern with us.
All right. And if you're ready to take the next step in your real estate journey, please reach out to us at beSpoke Real Estate. Keep living, loving everything modern.